experience on YAL Geek Challenge and also give you some tips to make the maximum use of the opportunities you get. All these three alumni are young entrepreneurs with great passion for what they do. It gives me great pleasure to introduce them to you today. First, we have Alahan Mahalingam, founder and CEO of Expert Republic and Root Code Labs. Then we have J. Krishnan Rajagopala Sharma, CEO and co-founder of Arogya Life. And finally, we have Yadusha Kulendran, founder and managing director of Olay Shop. Hello, JK, Alahan, and Yadusha.
Hello. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone.
It's a pleasure to have you here today. So all three of you had been past participants of YAL Geek Challenge, and today you're running your own companies. So we would love to hear a bit more about your company or other startups and about your journey. I'm sure it's going to inspire many here today. So shall we begin with Alahan? Alahan, can you tell us a little bit more about your stories, please?
Sure. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good evening. So I was a participant, I think about 6-7 years back. And then I ended up starting a company around 6 years back as well. And we started developing products, software, mobile apps. We failed in many, we kind of succeeded in some. And then that's what grew to be Root Code Labs today. And so we are a kind of a product engineering firm focusing on helping customers build modern mobile app and cloud solutions better. And our passion for products has always been there. So we have been building many products over the years, starting from Singify to Go-Go-Dog. Some of them are doing very well in the market, some of them are not. And one of our recent endeavors is Expert Republic, which is kind of like a consulting, video consulting app which we released during the pandemic. So that's kind of my background. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that story. Yadusha, can we hear from you about your startup and your journey so far?
Yeah, thank you. First, I would to say thank you for YIT to giving this opportunity to sharing my experience. And yeah, hello everyone. My name is Yadusha. I'm from Klinochi. My business is Olay.shop. Olay is e-business for Palmyra products. Yeah, my journey started in Uki coding school. So after my A-level studies, I have passion in learning IT and business. So I joined Uki coding school and learning from new things. I have learned a lot of things like web development, personal coaching, communication skills, business skills or something. So in Uki, we were recorded to the final project. So that time I did as a project Olay is an online platform for Palmyra products. So after that, I pass out Uki, I apply to YEC and participate in YEC Senior 2019. So I selected Grand Finale. So I participated in Grand Finale and got runners up. So yeah, it's my business journey. Thank you.
That was pretty interesting. So JK, where did your story start?
Hi everyone. Good afternoon, and hope everyone having a good day. And my journey starts for YIT from YAL Geek Challenge Season 1. So I'm always proud to say wherever I go, we are the winners of YAL Geek Challenge Season 1. It never happened for anyone, right? And for my background is I did my computer science engineering from Jaffna. Then I did my computer science engineering in University of Maratua, And then after that, I worked in 6 years in the industry at Colombo as a software engineer. Then I left my job. I get a lot of connection from YAL IT Hub. Then I started with what I have pitched 3-4 years back as YAL Geek Challenge Season 1 as Arima Technologies. Then from there, we also face a lot of failures. And from that, we have two ideas spinned off in two different companies. One is Agora Designs. It's a 3D design company right now. It's spinned out. It is Agora Designs LLC. And I have a great partnership with Ruben from USA. And I'm literally sold that team and the product and the company, and they are running that company from USA right now. So that is one success, I would say. Other one is now what I'm on now is this Arogya Life Systems, which is a smart hospital solutions. And I backed by Ramoshan. I hope YAL IT Hub and related people know him. So backed by Ramoshan, and our last 3.5-4 years that we are on the same journey. And right now we have a 35 people ecosystem from Jaffna. And I also have different language people from Colombo and this Arogya Life System. We have large hospitals all over Colombo and Sri Lanka as our clients. And that's it. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so you told us that you were working for about good 6 years, and then you started your own company, and then you're running it. So what made you to choose what you are doing today?
What made it's basically this people behind YAL IT Hub, the passion and the way that people encouraging. So whoever I connected through YAL IT Hub and those people and their passion and they encourage me towards a different dream that I never had before.
That's good. That's great. So Alagan, to ask from you, so can you tell us how did you get this idea for your startup?
I think I've always been coming up with some stupid ideas and wanted to try everything that I ever got. So that's one of the reasons why I started our first idea, which was Singify at the time. So there is nothing that's like special. Like I came up with a genius idea. It's just that I always wanted to kind of work on problems that are used by people end of the day. And when I started trying, then I got addicted to that process. The process became more enjoyable over time. And even though when we failed many times, it didn't really matter looking back. So I think I started as a kind of an accident and ended up getting addicted to what we do. So.
Okay, so now you might have started off with a product, and is that what you're continuing now, or you are doing something totally different right now?
It's completely different. So what we started off after about two years and a few months of struggle, it became a stable product. So we were supposed to release it in less than a year. Singify, which was like kind of an AI karaoke app for the music market, and which was about to be a failure. We kind of we did not give up. So we managed to kind of do everything in our control to pivot the idea, make it work in multiple ways. About two years and few months later on, we got acquired. So we sold the main parts of the product. And what we did was we didn't want to go ahead and have fun with that money. We reinvested and started building more products. So what we have right now is not what we started, completely something else. Yeah.
Okay, so Yadusha, what made you now when you wanted to build a startup or when you wanted to do a project, what made you to choose this particular domain that to create an e-commerce platform for Palmera products?
Yeah, It's a main thing. I have to do project and submit to Uki that time. So I just thought at the time I thought and analyzing some problems here in Klinochi or north of Sri Lanka. So we know it's there are a lot of palmyra trees and lot of local markets and local shops and local suppliers here. So they are doing and sell these products to their income. So the, they need just a platform to market their own products, and at the same time other one is customers. Most of the customers from overseas countries also, they are looking still they are looking quality products. It's like edibles items and handicrafts things also, because we can replace these products like sustainability things. So yeah, it's like depend on two side of it's a suppliers and customers. So we are create much between the demand and supplies for in this platform.
Yeah, that's very interesting to see what is in demand and to see whether there's supply and to match the two. So,
Yes.
as entrepreneurs who have started your entrepreneurial journey at a very early stage, I'm sure all three of you might have come across some struggles on your way. But the beauty is that you have successfully overcome those and are moving forward. So, JK, any challenges that you faced which you would like to share with our audience, and also say how you overcame that challenge and running now?
Uh, Challenges. I would say that I think we have participated in Yal Geek Challenge. I think 10 years before, right? It's 2000.
12.
I think
Yeah,
it's
in 2012. Yeah.
something, and it has been a decade now. Still, I wouldn't call myself a very successful entrepreneur. I'm still in the journey of success, right? So one thing is, after I presented as a team, that we presented and all, and then we really started after 3 4 years, because that time we did not have an ecosystem, right? So we haven't had an ecosystem that time like right now we have. So that's the first time I think RLIT have started, and people came and tell that you have to create a company and you have to build something. But at that time, you know what the situation is in Jaffna 2012, right? It just opened after war. So that is number one challenge. I feel there is no ecosystem. We don't know what to do, right? We just know that we have to create a company. There is a dream, but we need to run a company. That's all. There's nothing more than that. We don't know how to create a company. We don't know where to go. What. I even really don't have an idea to, right? But I have pitched in LIT Hub season one. Everybody now, even now, they look and laugh. LIT Hub. So we don't have a very clear idea. That is one problem. Then the problem is, after 4 5 years, we pitched. I wanted to quit my job and come back here, because that time we made our idea a little bit presentable, and there are people, we connected with people through LIT Hub, and people were interested, but they want me to do this thing full time, focus from Jaffna, then they are ready to invest, right? So then I have to quit my job and comes, which is around, it is a 6 digits uh, salary. And after my graduation and all, and I have been in an industry for 5 years, you just have to quit and come back to Jaffna. People say, what the hell you're doing, right? So if I ask you, can you quit and come now? I don't think you will make that decision easily. So that was a big challenge for me. That coming out of that comfort zone was a very big challenge. You have to manage your family, and you have to have a plan. You have to build a team around that, and then it all should happen together. That I would say another big challenge. Then after we started the company, um, you know, things never happened the way you like, right? The way you dream, nothing will happen the way you think, right? So totally different thing will happen. So I would see that we have to build a discipline how to handle the situation and come to the next level. If you just have a way to dream and go beyond that, you're not going to make anything, because we are not a Silicon Valley yet. That is a major problem, right? Nothing in Silicon Valley won't apply here. It's all a different thing. It's just a green field, right? There's nothing here. You have to make everything from the scratch. So there is no motivation, there is no successful frameworks to show. So my other major problem is I don't have something to show to my parents, to show to my team, people who the team that I'm building as a startup. See, this is a successful thing. We also can do like this from Jaffna. We don't have such a framework, a model to show. That is another problem. And after that, we have startup failures, and from the failures, you put your next idea and bring it on. That I think that I think is an ongoing journey, right? You need to learn from failure and build up. Next thing is an ongoing journey. So I think these are the main points, the challenges that we face.
So if I can get few points from what you told, so one thing I would like to rephrase and tell our audience, any idea is not a crazy idea. One day you can really make a good product out of it, and then you need to have that courage and determination to do it. Yeah, Alagan, how about you? Have you come across any challenge? I'm sure you might also have come across some of these challenges, and you might have overcome that as well.
Definitely.
So if you can share with us some of those.
Sure, sure. So I think when I think about the challenges, I think I can put them into two groups, two issues. The number one issue uh, is kind of the not having that entrepreneur mindset. That was a big issue that I used to have. Like I don't come from a business family. I come from a family where they glorify education, just like every other family in Jaffna. So doing business is not really celebrated in some cultures like ours. So rather than the hindrances that I had by external people, it was just my mindset that was giving me a big issue. So it took me a long time to kind of figure out how to battle with that, how to kind of think like an entrepreneur, how to think like a businessman, what to do, what not to do. Even I could not even tell people that I started a business at first. So I think even my parents figured out after 2 years that I'm not working in a startup, and actually I founded a startup. So that's kind of the first battle, I would say. The second battle is most of the time your first product is going to fail. You must be absolutely lucky if you succeed in that, and or you would go very close to failure, and it would be so easy for you to kind of pack your bags and then go home. It would be so painful at some point, and you would be running out of time, you would be running out of money, your respect, your name would be on stake. There would be so many things, and that was kind of one of the biggest issue. Like I mentioned earlier, we were on the brink of failure many times, and probably not giving up and continuing to fight was what helped us so far. And I would consider that as one of the biggest assets we all have. So those are the two issues. Number one, getting out of your mindset issue where you're not ready to be an entrepreneur. And number two is to kind of persevere in the process of building businesses.
I'm sure these points will definitely help our audience to listen and take in their career as well. And if they want to run a startup or if they want to build their own business, it will help them as well. So, Yadusha, how about you? Have you come across any challenges and how did you overcome those?
Yeah, my thought is in startup or business, we definitely face uh, challenges every day. So because I just started before 1 year. So I haven't any working experience. I haven't worked any companies, or I couldn't access to university also. So it's my I have no idea how to run my business to take next level. So, but I hope it's really handle with we will the challenge will change the opportunities, because we learn from our mistakes, or we learn from other mentors or other successful businesses, and we apply to our business. It's hopefully will change that opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good message where you can turn the challenges to an opportunity. My next question is going to be for JK and Alahan. So both of you had participated in YGC. The Alahan, JK started with season 1 and Alahan came in season 3. And later you have also mentored teams in YGC, like last few seasons you have been a mentor as well. So at this stage, there might be few teams who are with two minds as into whether to apply for YGC or not. Any advice that you would love to share with these teams? Alahan, would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure. um, the first thing is, competitions are a really good way for you to, I mean, general competitions, to test your idea, to gain mentorship, and also to kind of be among the right people who might potentially be your mentors and investors, and everything that you need to run a company. Second of all, Y'all Geek Challenge is something very unique. I would very comfortably say I've never seen an ecosystem just like YAL IT Hub, or a competition like YAL Geek Challenge. Uh, when I participated, when I was in the forum and trying to build the idea, it was literally a magical place where everybody would support you. I was a crazy, stupid student at the time who didn't know anything, but people would still listen to you, respect you, and then kind of tone your idea. So if they do not, if they haven't given me that right feedback on how to look at a product and how to look at a business and how to pitch your product, I don't think I would be nowhere close to where I am now. So if you are in two minds, I think you shouldn't be in two minds. It's just a simple decision. A place, a competition, an event like Y'all Geek Challenge is going to be a blessing for you, whether you're going to pursue that idea or not. Uh, Regardless of which district you're from in Sri Lanka, it's going to expose you to a magical ecosystem which is extremely supportive, and people I met in YIT has been my mentors for many years, and has been a big part of what how I do what I do right now. So I would say overall, just don't ever think of missing this chance. This once in a lifetime chance. Just go for it. Thank me later.
Yeah, so JK, anything that you would like to share with them
The
or any
question,
message for them?
I couldn't get the question. This is for
So
people.
there might be some teams who are still thinking, like on the fence, like whether they want to apply or not, whether is it a good competition or not, like sort of in two minds, right? So what is your advice for them?
I don't have an advice for them. There's no point advising them. Like, go hang on somewhere.
So
But how? No, this is a problem we have. This is the real problem we have. No. I think there's a saying that micro speed and macro patience, right? You have to be fast enough to make actions that you are doing in the micro actions, right? Today there's a competition, then you communicate with people, you send a response, and you talk with your customers. So you make your micro actions every day, day to day. Your short-term plans should be, you have to execute these actions in a fast phase, and this outcome, right? Your long-term goal, you have to be patient about that, right? And you have to wait for the output. Here what happens is, people understand that in a different way, right? They they wait for small things and they expect the outcome. This I think this is the real problem we have. It's not going to work. Some if there are still teams that they have idea and they still did not they did not apply it and they are thinking whether they can go and double-minded. So if you're double-minded, there's no point. You just go somewhere. No point of advising them, right? And one more thing, it's just tricking in my mind. Um, then you have a really wrong friends around you. Change your friends, right? You have an idea and you have a set of people around you, your friends, your teachers and your mentors and your family. And with all these people, you have to be surrounded with really positive people who is questioning you every time about your actions that you are doing. And they have to be patient about your long-term plan. Now you have double-minded, you never applied. It's just a simple thing, right? It's just apply. Even if you can't do that thing, the people you're surrounded by, your family or your friends, your teachers and your mentors, all wrong. You have to change that first.
So the bottom line is that you don't want them to think twice, just to go ahead and apply.
No, if you're
Right.
thinking to,
So,
you're out, you're out. There's no point talking with those people.
all right. So there are some teams who have already applied, even though the closing date is on the 6th of September. There are some teams already applied, and I'm sure there are many more who will be applying in the next few days as well. So, any useful tips that you all would like to give them to make the best out of the opportunity that they get? So, Yadusha is a recent YGC participant. She participated in YGC Challenge Season 8. Yadusha, anything that you would like to share with them?
Yeah, I think the participant need to have a clear idea about their product, because if we have clear idea about our product, we can answer the questions from judging panels clearly and confident. It depends on delivery, is the pitch deliveries. So I would like to highly recommend pitch your ideas as a story. It's help to understand to your audience and your judges. So
that's a very valuable tip or advice to the participants. So we have YGC season 3 participant Alagan. Anything that you would like to share with the teams? Any tips for them?
I think groom your idea, because that's one of the mistakes that we all did when we first got into building products. Grooming your idea would come only by talking to your customers or your potential customers. If you are not solving an issue, then you're not going to make a difference, because nobody would buy what you sell. And so to be able to solve something that people really need, you need to get the market validation. So talk to your customers. And you don't even have to have a complete product, but have a prototype and then talk to your customers. By that way, you would be able to groom your product, groom your idea. So the ideas that are properly groomed, that are properly thought through around the whole arena of running that business, tend to have a higher chance of winning, because you would be able to convince everybody. You would first believe in it, and you would be able to convince everybody that it's going to be a great success and work on it. So groom your idea.
Yeah, that's another key point or very useful tip for teams to groom their idea and to talk to their customers. So the YGC season 1, the brand new YGC season competition participant, JK, what is your tip for the teams that who have applied and who are going to apply?
What I would suggest is this YGC season 1 and this YGC season upcoming is 9, right?
Yeah, 9.
It has changed totally, right? We started with presenting pitching ideas competition 9 years before. Now this one, right now, this YGC is not about coming and pitching your idea at all. Forget about that. If you just have an idea, don't come to YGC. This is not about pitching your idea. Rather, I would suggest this is the key point. You don't come and pitch, this is my idea. You have to come and pitch, this is the solution for my customer. This is how my customer is using my solution. This is my customer's problem. This is the solution. Present that one. Now, this is about business, not about idea. And we have seen over 9 years, gradually this change happening, right? So you know my pitch. It was just a dumb thing, right? It has nothing. It's just a blunt idea. From this last year, pitches are, and last 2 3 years, people really pitching. This is my business, right? You have to pitch what is your business. Talk about business. Live with business, not with idea. Nobody want to hear your idea here, right? So YGC has changed from judges coming and evaluating to our idea to a set of people coming to see which the best business they can connect with, either an investment or either mentoring you or either connect you, the similar customers and build you a better network so that you can transform and scale your business. This is how I see current YGC. This is not a hackathon. This is not a geek challenge at all. I even propose you to change the name, but it's a trademark, you said. But this is not a geek challenge at all. This is a business platform, right? I would say this could be the turning point from where you think you have an idea to you have some customers and something working there. So this is my important advice. Uh, so I think I already presented somewhere, like, first of all, you come out of your mind that you think this is my idea. You come out your mind and go to the customer side of view and present. This is what customer want, right? And and other thing is from presenting your solution, that nobody want to see your login screen at all, right? Don't come and present your screens. Come out of your screens and present where my solution fits with the customer, right? And definitely you have to come out the walls you are right now. If you are somewhere in the room and preparing for a pitch, I don't see you are going to win. You have to come out of the walls, go and talk with your customers, right? Travel and sell your product and come and present at least one customers, right? This is what or potential customer, right? So somebody commit you that if you do this one, we will buy. This is how Arogya started. So how I got investment is I got a large hospital. They said if you build this one, we will change our core hospital system to you one. This is the challenge that we are giving, and I accepted that. That level, I went and talked with all the possible people. This is what I'm going to do. Then I went and pitched to the investors. They were happy because investors, now this I would say, rather than it's a competition 1 2 3 2, this is finding your investors, right? Maybe at that competition also we are finding investors. After competition also we are finding mentors, and it's going through YGC accelerator program, right? So you are taking the team and putting to accelerator, you are funding them, you are putting mentors. There are a lot of things happening behind Jalgi challenge than just a competition. This is not at all a competition. First, second, third, it doesn't matter. This should be your life-changing point.
Yeah, so that's another valuable tip where you have to go and talk to your customer and you need to have understood their problem and try to find the solution. So talking to customer is another key point. So since you talked about YGC accelerator, so let me tell you a little bit of this accelerator. So YAL IT Hub has started YGC accelerator, which is a 6 months acceleration program. This was launched in June 2020, and the first cohort is now going through this program. So Ole Shop, Yadusha, who is presenting or the panelist here today, is one of the companies which has got selected for the first cohort. So Yadusha, can you please share with us some experience on being part of the first cohort of YGC Accelerator program?
Yeah, it's really important thing now because we have mentoring. We have attempt mentoring is weekly, bi-weekly with the mentor from the successful companies. So I joined this accelerator program with learning purpose because I I have the business is very specific business because it's it's a Palmera products, it's a brand. So I have to reach more customers. It's difficult to reach more customers. So I have mentoring about marketing, branding, and business strategies. How to run my business successfully, or how to take my business to the next level. So I haven't plan is the weekly plans or year plans. So in the YGC Accelerator program, I set up my goals, objectives, and work with the objectives. It's really help to take my business to the next level.
Yeah, so that mentorship will definitely help you to grow. So we are happy to say that you are the first cohort and you got access through YGC season 8. And we also have one of the mentors of this YGC Accelerator program. JK, you're part of the mentor pool and you're mentoring a team. So could you please share your experience as a mentor in YGC Accelerator?
Experience in mentoring, yeah, it is very good, I think, because one thing I watched is that the people, they are very active. They really want something to do, and they are on the ground, right? So that's one thing I wonder, right? We were not like this. This was the mistake that we have done. So, and the team that I'm mentoring does not have anything to do with IT at all, right? It's just a startup, right? It does not have any technology component into that. So I like that, right? This is where we have to go. It's not about coming and showing Java and HTML and these technology things. So that is a good thing I observe. People are underground. People are making money out of that. The people are doing really a business. And then this YAL IT hub has given everything, right? There was a funding given. I'm surprised. I'm still asking, why did you give the funding? So you have money to survive, right? Without any condition, because you are just there. This money, and you're putting my time. So I don't think there is nothing much more than to say this one, right? Everything is there. If you are into YGC Accelerator program, then I think you have everything, right? This is amazing. I really miss that if you have done this one for me 5 years before, I should be somewhere in a different position now. Why you didn't do this for me?
So everything takes a little bit time to build up and start. Yeah, and we are so happy and thankful for you to come on board with us and to mentor the teams. And of course, with the funding that they get, I'm sure these teams will make use of that in product development, business strategy making, and marketing, and all that. And they will definitely expand their business and go to the next level. So those who are hearing these terms, YGC Accelerator, you might think, what are these? Or rather, what is the difference between these? So let me give a brief introduction to that. YGC, Yar Geek Challenge, is the hackathon or the competition that we run to encourage individuals to embark on entrepreneurial journey. So this is more like a startup battle or competition that rather than a product competition. Uh, at the end of this, we select the first, second, third, but On top of that, you also get funding opportunities. So when you're pitching, you present your idea in front of a large panel of investors and different other people. So anyone who's interested in your product or anyone who would like to support you will fund and help you to start your own business. YGC Accelerator program is a different program that we have. It's a 6 month long acceleration for selected companies or startup, probably very early stage startups. So these companies which get selected for this program, they get mentoring for 6 months. We allocate a dedicated mentor and the 600,000 seed funding to progress. So they will be guided along the way. They will be guided how to do proper accounting, how to set proper goals, how to do marketing campaigns, and then on a little bit on legal aspects and all of that during these 6 months. And you get to we will get you, or we will rather support you to start generating revenue on your business. So if you have got access to if you have participated in YAL Geek Challenge Senior Competition, and if you have performed well, this will give you direct access to YGC Accelerator Program, which comes with 6 months mentorship and a 600,000 seed funding. So this is another valuable opportunity that you will get through participating in this YAL Geek Challenge competition. So we have now started the first cohort and we are running it currently. We have a mentor pool from all over the world. Like we have from Sri Lanka, we have from Australia, Canada, and USA. And we have 3 companies in the first cohort who were the participants of YAL Geek Challenge. One from season 7 and 2 from season 8. So if you also take part in YAL Geek Challenge season 9, and if you perform well, and if you really want to run your business, you will get an opportunity to be part of the YGC Accelerator program as well. So my suggestion would be, do not miss this opportunity. Hurry up and apply before the 6th of September 2020 for YAL Geek Challenge. So the prospectus and the application form is available out there in the web. If you go and access the YAL IT Hub website, yalithub.org/YGC, you can find the prospectus as well as the application form. So do have a look at it and apply on or before 6th of September. Please note that we will not be further extending this deadline. Right. So now we have heard a lot from the 3 panelists, their stories, their suggestions, tips, and all that. You have heard about, now you have got an idea about YGC YAL Geek Challenge and then YGC Accelerator. So I'm sure some of you all might have a lot of questions, and you might have some questions to ask from our panelists as well. So now it's time for Q&A. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. You have the raise hand option. Please raise your hand so that we will enable the audio and you can ask via voice, or you can type in the Q&A box. You have the Q&A window. You can either type your question in the Q&A window, or you may raise your hand and we will enable you to talk and you can ask via voice. Any questions from our attendees, participants today? Yeah, Kirushan, go ahead. Kirushan, I think you have a question. You can go ahead with your question. Sorry, Kirushan, we are unable to hear you. We are not too sure if you are experiencing any audio issues. Yeah, it will be great if you can type your question in the Q&A box so that we can, our panelists can attend to it. Kirushan, you can type your question in the Q&A box window so that our panelists will answer your questions. While Kirushan typing his question, any others who have any question? If you want to know more on how to apply or how to build your teams, or difference between accelerator and the YGC hackathon, you can ask those questions. There's a question to Alagan. Since you have started Expert Republic during a pandemic, what sort of challenges you have faced? How or what advice you would give the oncoming entrepreneurs? Alagan?
Yeah. So the irony of this whole point is we started this whole app because of the pandemic itself. Because of the pandemic only we got this opportunity. During the pandemic, a lot of people kind of lost business. They couldn't do consulting work or training work, coaching work, and all of them. So that's where we started. But then I think what originally what I thought as a potentially disadvantage of a disconnected world, because we can't travel to other countries to pitch, we can't meet investors, we can't. The product is end of the day for the international market, because the cash flow and the digital payments are much more higher. So our target customers were in North America and Europe. So that was one of the biggest difficulties that we faced. But end of the day, something else happened, which is because of the pandemic, world became much more open digitally, and people were much more willing to come on like calls, like Zoom calls or Google Meet calls. So that brought us more partnerships and more networks and more selling opportunities for the product. And end of the day, we managed to kind of capitalize on that digital boom as well. So I wouldn't consider it a problem. Oh, one thing I forgot. One issue that we still face is because of the pandemic, there are negative effects on businesses and people. So the overall purchasing power of businesses and people have gone down. So trying to get a coaching online or like talking to a psychologist has become like kind of a second or third priority. Otherwise, in a normal world, which would have been like on one of the most important things in terms of growth. So that's something tackling, and we are hoping for the post-pandemic world to kind of recover and then give us more opportunity to higher value selling. But we continue to serve our customers who are actually enjoying in some markets. Yeah, so I wouldn't call it a complete disadvantage. I mean, there are opportunities that came out of it.
Kirushan, hope your question was answered. There is another participant who has raised hand. Thiru Aravindan, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, I'm Thiru Aravindan. Actually, I'm not having a question, but I would like to make a comment. And in fact, congratulations to all the panelists, particularly JK or J. Krishnan, Alagan, and Yadusha. In fact, myself and a couple of my colleagues are also probably listening. I'm listening from Australia, in fact, and I'm a civil and a structural engineer, but or working at a university. But it is good to see how the YAL IT Hub and the YAL Geek had come up to this level. And in fact, I think what Alagan was mentioning, the COVID challenge and various things, in fact, that has provided the opportunities for us to listen to what is going on there. And I think that is an important aspect we all should be proud of, When challenges come, that's where the opportunities do come, and we start to look outside the box. And I'm really proud what is going on there. And in fact, we had a chat with Sandan yesterday, and a couple of my colleagues are also listening to this. So all the best, and all the what you all are doing, and keep it up, and all the best for you all. And in fact, I'm expecting more questions from the others who are listening. I don't know how many are participating today. I believe probably 100 plus or more. They should be asking the question. Always ask a question. There is nothing called a dumb question. When you ask that dumb question, that's where you get the answer, and you look for answer and solutions, and you work for the customer who becomes, that's where you will get the market. Thank you very much. All the best to you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And yes, this pandemic has given, or rather opened another avenue for us where we are going to have this competition completely online this year. Yeah, Geek Challenge Senior, Junior, we had it online, and Senior is also going to go online. So participants will have their business mentoring, tech mentoring, as well as the final competition going online. So we will be getting the opportunity to broadcast the finals as well. There is one more question from participants. Do we need a demonstration of the product for the competition? It is always good to have at least a minimum viable product so that the judges or panel will know what is the solution that you are trying to give. So having a minimum viable product is an added advantage so that you can show what exactly you are solving and how you are solving, and it will provide you an opportunity to further bet on, or rather explain your product better to the panel.
I would like to add one more comment to that question. This is a commonly asked question, right? Any hackathons people ask, do I need to show a demonstration? You might not have time to finish the product and show a full demonstration. But as I said, YAL IT Hub is from a competition to it is a business platform. I would suggest, even if you don't have a product, you bring a comment from your future customer, right? You have an idea right now. You go and sell that idea without having anything. You go and sell that idea to a customer, get his feedback. If you can bring that customer also, then present it. That's enough.
So that had added more value from a participant and a mentor. Uh, you have got the perspective from their end as well. So any
Yeah,
other question?
it doesn't make a it looks like a big thing to do, but it's a very simple thing to do, right? If you have that idea, that if you have the confidence that it will work, you should really have to have at least someone who is believing that once you do it, I will use it, I will pay for it. So find a person who is telling, if this guy do this one, I will pay for it. Maybe whenever you finish the product, that doesn't matter. You have a prototype, that doesn't matter. What we need is, do you have a business around that? Bring that one and show it to the investors, the customers, and the people who from coming to network with you. Show that this is my customer is telling. You don't have to show the prototype at all.
Right. So looks like there are no more questions. So we are reaching towards the end of the session. So this year we are presenting the 9th edition of YAL Geek Challenge. You can always go to the website yalithub.org/YGC and find further details. Or if you want any other details, you can always email to us as well, to event@yalithub.org. So you can write to event@yalithub.org. We will help you all and support you all. And our kind advice is to apply or no before the 6th of September and be part of yet another amazing YAL Geek Challenge season. So one of the many reasons behind the success of our YAL Geek Challenge is our sponsors and partners. We are very much thankful to our sponsors and partners of YGC Season 9 for coming forward to support us this year too and enabling us to write yet another success story. Platinum sponsor, Ford Foundation, Lankan Angel Network, Lebara, Conduit, Serendip Foundation, Pioneer Partner, ITWF, Gold Sponsor, Design Crasher, Idea Mart, and EAI Technologies. Silver sponsor, Zenith Mobile Solution, WSO2, IdeaBeam, SenseMate, 99X Technology, Compute Tech. Accounting partner, WeIgnite, Green Tech partner, EcoSteam, and media partners, ReadMe. Thank you once again for your generous support. So we have reached the end of the session. Let me take this opportunity to thank our three panelists today, Alagan, JK, and Yadusha. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us to share your experience and to inspire many here today. I would also like to thank our participants for registering and taking part in this session. Thank you and have a good evening.
Thanks a lot, Aparna. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice journey.
Thanks, everybody.
You.